Okay, guys, today we're going to talk the culture wars. We're going to talk President Barack Obama and some statements he made over the weekend showing exactly how manipulative the Democrats are. You got to sort of watch this because he's talking about the culture wars, but he actually blames the right for the culture wars. And when he talks about the culture wars, he's actually talking about the cover-up in Virginia schools, allegedly, of a young woman who was sexually assaulted, allegedly, by a young man wearing a dress in Virginia schools' public bathrooms, okay? So this is what he calls the culture wars. We can't be bothered with this. Watch his statements, and I'll be back with some commentary. Okay, so when President Barack Obama says, we don't have time to be wasted on these phony, trumped-up culture wars, right? This fake outrage. Yeah, fake outrage. Young girl was raped. They tried covering it up to protect their narrative, right? Where, gender doesn't matter, and what used to be science is no longer really science, and whatever. Again, I don't give a crap how you identify, but let's at least be honest about some of these things, right? All to boost the right-wing media and juice their ratings. Really? Is it the right wing that does this kind of cancel culture stuff? It's not like the left wing pushing it and then canceling MLB games and moving them to different areas and going after people corporately and trying to cancel Tucker Carlson. It's the left wing that's the victim of cancel culture. Give me a break, folks. You can't even have an opinion if you're a conservative without fear of cancellation. You could say some of the most ludicrous things and cover up, in this case, the alleged rape of a young girl, or at least, whitewash it. It's no big deal. I mean, who cares that they tried to cover up, the rape or alleged sexual assault of a young lady in Virginia schools to further their culture war, right? Their narrative, okay? Now, this is, again, coming from Barack Obama, essentially the leader of, leftist mentality, who hates culture war so much that his side spent, the last 2 weeks trying to cancel Dave Chappelle because he made some comments on trans. And again, maybe you're not such a marginalized community if you can try to cancel Dave Chappelle, get all sorts of media attention, have the world, in full support of you. Maybe you're not so marginalized. Now, again, it's not going to stop you from taking advantage of it because the left controls all these things. They are the ones waging the culture wars. You see it there. If they don't like it, they deny it like it never happened. No big deal. We'll cover up a rape of a young girl. We'll just, who cares? We don't want it to hurt our narrative. We don't want it to hurt any of these things. We'll cancel Dave Chappelle because he made some comments. They'll get all the media attention in the world. Okay? So this is what's going on the left. Remember, they've taken over every institution in America. They've taken over academia. They're indoctrinating our children with it. They've taken over the regular media. You've seen what it's like to try to get a right-wing story out there. It's always the worst-case scenario. You've seen what they do in social media. You've seen what they've done in the highest echelon of law enforcement and the military. It's all gone woke. Who's waging the culture wars? Is it conservatives? No, the conservatives have been losing the culture wars because we haven't been playing that game for 50 years. We've turned the other cheek, and we've lost ground entirely to this lunacy. But remember, when the former president of the United States is whitewashing essentially the rape of a young girl, saying it's a culture war thing. No, it's not. What would it be if it was your daughter? What if it was one of your children? Maybe we have to start thinking that way and calling these people out for this nonsense. Because, guys, if we don't, we're definitely going to lose the culture wars, but they're going to do their Saul Alinsky. Remember, accuse the other side of doing the things that you're doing. That's all they do. They do it, they accuse you of it, and they say, oh, we didn't do anything, it's all you. Don't let it happen, guys. Shouldn't happen on our watch. And if we don't do something about it now, they're going to keep doing it, and it's going to get a lot worse. We need to stand up for freedom. We need to stand up for our Constitution. We need to stand up for our country, and we need to stand up for our children.
We don't have time to be wasting on these phony, trumped-up culture wars. This fake outrage that right-wing media peddles to juice their ratings. And the fact that he's willing to go along with it, instead of talking about serious problems that actually affect serious people, that's a shame. That's not what this election's about. That's not what you need, Virginia. Instead of forcing our communities to cut back at a time when we're just starting to recover, we should be doing more to support people who are educating our kids and keeping our neighborhoods safe.